Good evening. Here's another episode of Slinfold Fan TV. We have here with us a special guest, Mr. Guy Thorne, Mr. Jonathan Hughes. Slinfold recorded their fourth win on the trot today with Mr. Hughes contributing 88 not out and Mr. Thorne 3 for 58. Boys!
3 for 52.
3 for 52, sorry about that. Tell us about your performances today.
Well, basically, after you hold out, I had to really just dig deep and just push us through to the end there.
And Mr. Thorne?
Enjoy being back amongst the boys. Nice to chip in with a few wickets and do your job at the top of the order. And nice to bowl the 44th over down the hill with the short boundary and get pumped.
Tell us about that last over. What was going through your mind there? 16 was off of it?
I half thought about bowling seam, and then my flat balls were sort of getting hit, but my slower balls weren't. But then I threw in a slow one at the end and it got pumped. So 16 off the last over, but I'll take that. 3 wickets. First game back, first time I picked up a ball in about for 3-4 months. So
yeah, that's what parenthood does to you, doesn't it? Flat balls. Yeah.
So tell us about your little time in the middle there after being out for what, 4 months? How does it feel to be back?
I found good nick. I managed to pick out quite a few fielders with a few of my drives, but a couple came out of the screws and I found a good touch, having not picked up a bat for a while, and looking forward to getting back involved in the coming weeks.
Yeah. And before we move on to Mr. Hughes, tell us about how you feel about what's your thoughts on Mr. Philby as captain? You captained last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, winning captain, and you decided to step down.
He can't argue. Four wins from 4. He rallied the boys, doing things his own way. Got some new, good new ideas, and can't argue with the start to the season he's made. Enjoy playing for him.
And Mr. Hughes, mate, I've been here for like 4 years now, and this is the best I've ever seen you back. 88 not out.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's probably a Slinfold record that of 88 runs, none were in front of square. So that was kind of cool. I couldn't put the cut shot away. Actually, no, there was one cover drive. That was all right. So everything off the back foot. When you're only 4'3", that's the only shot to play.
As I recall, I heard someone said today that this is your highest score in what, like 3 years or something?
Yeah. It's been a little while. Yeah, it's probably the highest Slinfold score. Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't bother you that you didn't get 3 figures.
Well, no, they kept bowling too many wides. There wasn't enough chances.
What I would say, I've been around the club a long time and I haven't seen a chase as professional and someone bat through and chase down a score over 200 like that. It was an impressive knock.
Yeah, he carried his bat right through to the tip. Well done to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I heard you phoned the wife as soon as you got off the field, mate.
Only because we got a dinner party and I didn't know what time to get there. She hasn't asked how I've done.
Mrs. Hughes is going to hear all about it. I won't say any more.
After the 3rd glass of red, I'll bore them senseless. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you have it, boys. Another interview with Mr. Jonathan Hughes and Mr. Guy Thorne. Mr. Hughes, 88 not out today. A superb batting performance from him and Mr. Thorne, 3 for 52 on his return back to the team, and we hope to see you continue with your performances throughout the season, boys.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you, buddy.
Here we are, the second part of Slinfold Fan TV. We're here with 4-4 winning skipper, Mr. Tom Philby. Hi guys. Any words on today's local derby victory against Horsham?
Yeah, no, really pleased. Obviously, keep up the 100% record. I thought Hughesy batted one of the knocks of the season so far from Hughesy. Just really pleased. There's a good vibe in the club at the moment, and just try and keep on winning.
So we've got a few tough fixtures coming up in the next couple of weeks. How do you see those going?
Well, I think we'll probably win them. But yeah, no, seriously, we've had a nice start to the campaign. We've had probably some of the easier fixtures, so it would be good over the next couple of weeks. We've got Goring and I think Findon maybe, or East Grinstead, and they'll be a bit tougher. So we're going to have to raise our game against those guys to try and win those games. So I think we've been putting halves of cricket together, and it's time to put like a whole match together. So like this week we batted really well, but we didn't field quite so well. So hopefully next week we can get the complete performance and dominate.
For sure. And Guy Thorne came back today, obviously last year's skipper. Was there a bit of Sir Alex Ferguson, David Moyes effect?
Yeah,
Feel that pressure?
absolutely. I felt really intimidated actually, and quite scared. He was judging all of my decisions. He was in my ear all the time, and he actually is a pain in the arse, so he might be in the sentence.
And last question, we saw you had to leave the field. How is your hand?
Yeah, it should be fine for the rest of the weekend's activities, whatever they may be.
Okay. Okay. And now we bring in Mr. Steve Haynes, one of the favourites from the first team, I think. I think the first thing was, I actually missed it last week, but there's a talk about a ramp shot you played last week. Can you talk to us about that?
When the seagulls follow the trawler, it's because they think sardines will be thrown in the sea. Thank you very much.
Man, what's that? He was nervous. You could tell that he was nervous.
Yeah, he was nervous.
He was
Yeah, the
scammer show,
a
mate.
nervous Steve Haynes will maybe return. We don't know. That's maybe. That's,
How many views are we going for on this one? 30 views?
More than that, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
So with that, with Steve Haynes' outrageous walkout, we'll finish there. Sorry to the fans who wanted to see Hainsey. Tune in next week for Slinfold Fan TV, where we might have Pete Jackson, Sam Graycon, and hopefully Rex Stevens.
Oh, what characters!